Let's learn the key factors that determine how fast a CPU can process information. The CPU speed isn't just about the clock speed. Many factors play a role. Let's break it down. Okay. The factor one is obviously it is the clock speed. So the clock speed of the CPU, which is measured in gigahertz, tells us how many cycles it can complete per seconds. Cycles per second. Okay. The higher the gigahertz, the faster the CPU can process instruction. However, speed isn't everything. Other factors also matter. The second factor you have is the number of core. The modern CPU have multiple cores which allow them to handle multiple tasks at once. A single core processor can only work on one task at a time, while a quad processor which has four core, okay, so there are single core processor which will have only one, then you have quad core which has four processes, then you have octa core which have eight processes which can process multiple instructions simultaneously, making the system faster. The third factor is cache memory. So cache memory is some other type of memory which we haven't discussed so far. It is a small but ultra fast memory inside the CPU that stores frequently used data. So there are more L1, L2, L3 cache, etc., which means that quicker access to important data, reducing the time needed to fetch information from the RAM. So cache stays between the memory and the CPU. Okay. So what I will do, it's a small, fast memory inside the CPU. Then the fourth factor is obviously the RAM, which is the random access memory. The CPU need enough RAM to sufficiently handle multiple applications. If the RAM is too small, the CPU has to rely on slower storage like a hard drive, which slows down the performance. So what happens is that you will have the CPU. CPU will check the cache memory. If it doesn't find the information in the cache memory, it goes to the normal memory, which is like the RAM. If it doesn't find it in the RAM, it goes to the external memory or the hardware, which is much slower. The speed is slower this side. Yeah. Now the fifth factor is the bus performance, bus speed. So the speed of the bus affects how quickly the data travels between the CPU, the RAM, and the other components. A faster bus speed means better data flow and improved performance. So you need to have faster bus network over there. Okay. Then the sixth one is definitely the CPU architecture. So the design of the CPU, which is known as its architecture, impact how efficiently it processes the instructions. So the newer architecture, which are like ARM or the Intel's latest processes, are optimized for better power efficiency and faster performance. And obviously a small factor which affect is cooling and overheating. If the CPU overheat, it slows down to prevent damage. So good cooling solution like a fan or a liquid cooling help to maintain the performance by preventing thermal throttling. Okay, I can write this as this one. So it is cooling and overheating. So learn all of these. These are very important. So CPU speed isn't just about the clock speed. So it depends on all these multiple factors working together.